Hello students, today we will have a discussion about training, importance of training and why training is undertaken. Every organization recruits the employees, but it is not possible to expect results from the employees from the day one or from the day in which normally they have started working. So in such case, normally what is required is normally again we should allow them to know about the organization. We should allow them to feel comfortable about the organization. We should also allow them to understand what is in the organization, what is going on, how is the surroundings, how is the environment, how is the nature of the job, and what is expected from them. So in such case, what is required is, see, initially they have to know all these things. Once they know these things, ultimately we will send them to a particular process called as training, an initiative taken by the employer. Why initiative is taken by the employer is, normally again we should see that normally again they feel comfortable in the job, they perform the jobs confidently, they perform without any pressure, without any uneasiness. So in such case, normally again if we send them for a particular training, we can find that normally their morale will improve, their confidence will improve, productivity and output rate will also improve, and they commit less mistakes and errors. So in such case, normally what is required is, normally again we should see that normally employee gets trained from the reputed trainer, trained from the skilled trainer, and also we should know that normally again a training process has to continue. So in such case, normally again we are now in a position to understand why employees are being trained to improve the performance, to increase the productivity, and to see that they feel comfortable in the job. For example, now in the case of the banks, if an employee joins in the clerical level, he is given a training by training institutes, banking training institutes. Why? Because in the first stage, normally he should be able to understand what is the process, what job he is required to be performed, and then how he has to perform it, and how he should again work with confidence, without any errors, without any biases, without any complaints and grievances. So in such case, normally the training starts. Okay. Now what is the importance of this particular training? The training is important for the following reasons. First of all, normally again it brings employee closer to the organization. The training can bring closer to the organization, because normally again as an employee undergoes a training, he will come to know what is the job, what is the process, how it has to be done, which job has to be done first, how the job is to be started, how it is to be done systematically, methodically, and complete the job on given time with confidence. So in such case, now again training becomes important. Secondly, it again improves the employee morale. Morale means confidence level. Every employee should increase his confidence level as and when he progresses in the job, as and when he performs the job. It should not decrease. So in such case, now again if the training is given, now again he will understand the job very well. Understanding is most important. Once he understands the job, now he is in a position to perform it with confidence. So as and when the confidence improves, now again even difficult task becomes easier. Even monotonous task, whatever he performs, now again that becomes easier. So in such case, normally training is required. Third thing is that normally again training adds to the attachment of the organization. So, and the attachment of the organization will increase when a training is given. So the employee feels that he is a part of the organization, he belongs to that particular organization. When that belongingness is brought about, normally again see the employees start performing. So why? Because there is a feeling of oneness, there is a feeling of integrity with the organization, there is a feeling of close attachment, and with that attachment he starts working there. So this is one thing which we should see. So in the case of companies like Tata, normally there is a feeling of attachment. Why? Because of normally the method of training imparted to the employees. In the training itself, normally they will be taught about the rules, regulations, modalities, as well as normally the norms of the organization very well. Okay. Even in the Birlas, the same policy is there with respect to your HR training methods. So next important thing about the training is, normally training is important because of normally the long-term performance. The training will improve the long-term performance of the employees. Why? Because once the process is understood, once that confidence is developed, once that word capable comes inside the mind of the organization, inside the mind of the employee feels that normally again he can do it. Whatever is the time, whatever is the schedule given, whatever is the task given, he will complete it on time and come across with the results. And due to this result, not only the employee progresses, even organization will also complete its task on time. So indirectly, organization's name, fame and reputation improves. So in such case, normally again this training is important there. The training is imparted with the different methods. Now let us just analyze what are the important methods in which the training is given for the employees. The first one is called as classroom training. In the classroom training, as the name itself suggests, that normally again it is imparted within the four walls. It is given to the respective employees with an instructor present there, and normally see the one by one normally the task is shown in the form of audio visual aids, instructions, then by lecturing method, etc. So in such case, normally again the employee feels that he is the part of the organization. The employee feels that he can do it with confidence. He can also feel that normally again that he is in sensation with the organization. So in this method, the advantages are, if any query is there, any doubt is there, that can be resolved on time. We see the trainer knows it, and suppose if employee put forward whatever is not understood or whatever is unclear, whatever are the serious doubts, that can be cleared on the spot itself. So this brings a thinking ability to the employees, one thing. Second one is normally the method used by on the job training, this is called. So in this on the job training, normally again employee is put directly into the task. In the task, normally he is expected to perform, and his task is monitored by the superiors, the top level in the hierarchy. So what these people do is, they will see how the employee is been done by the respective the employee is done with his jobs. So in such case, normally what will happen is, normally again, as and when the progress is made, he is motivated still to progress, and as and when normally job is completed, his performance is evaluated and the results are declared therein. So this is one thing which can happen here. The advantage of on the job training is, normally again it is practical in nature. The employee will come to know where he is highly confident and where he is lack of confidence. So in such case, if any mistakes are made, if any corrections are required, that can be made. This step will initiate confidence in the future levels, that is there. So these things are there. And apart from that, normally again a superior will get a better chance to see how his subordinate is performing, where normally again his subordinate is. Suppose if any corrections are made, normally again that can be given in the form of feedback. Okay, these things are possible. The limitations of this on the job method is, normally again new employees are not suitable here. And new employees may not be that confident to perform, so unless and until they are knowing about the process. So in such case, it may take some time to get adjusted with the new employees, whereas existing employees can do this very well, or experienced employee may be suitable in the case of your on the job methods. This is there. Third one is called as apprentice training. In the case of apprentice training, normally again an employee is put in some of the sister concerns, or he is put in some other organization where he will study the process for a particular time being and see what is happening there, observe, record, and then normally again bring into notice of the respective employers. So here he get normally the knowledge of different cultures practiced in organization. He will also get a knowledge of normally again what is happening in other industry also, and the same thing can be implemented in the respective industries. Advantage of this apprenticeship training is, first thing is, it is suitable for new employee, it is suitable for normally even existing employees too. It is also useful for normally see the long term growth of the employee, as normally knowledge is contributed. Along with that, normally again an employee will feel comfortable as if he is working at home, and then normally again he gains more and more knowledge, develops more and more confidence and skills, and with this necessary skills he will be able to deliver result for the organization. So one point is there. So this is normally the training method is. So the training is more and more important, as we said, because it will improve the skills, it will inculcate better habits, best practices, it will also promote a healthy practices among the employee. This is why normally the training becomes important. The training is more and more important even to all the levels of employee, whether he is in smaller level, medium level, higher level, whatever is the part, normally again everybody needs training. Training is important. Everybody needs normally growth. Everybody needs to know what has to be done, so and how it has to be done. So for that reason, normally again training becomes important there. Training is normally a way of development, because normally even in the case of small firms, we can find that after 5 years employee is given some subordinates, and with that subordinates he will ask the task to be done, and along with that he will also perform. So in such case, normally an employee contributes, plus along with that his subordinates also contribute. So what will happen to the work is, work will be completed with confidence. Work will be completed free from errors. It is also possible to inculcate better and better skills between for the employees. For this reason, training is more and more important. To sum up, what I can say is, normally again training is normally again it is important because it improves efficiency, increases confidence, reduces the bias of the work, and it is also important because normally again training will also enhance new skills among the respective employees. For this reason normally again training is more important. The training is must for every organization, and every employer should not hesitate to spend some amount, some budget for training his employees, because these are long run assets of the organization. Employees, though they are assets, some of the employees are exceptional. So this is most important as far as training is concerned. Thank you.